Today's rant is on one channel that I enjoy, and it's way better than the new Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, CW for Kids, Disney XD, and the new Disney Channel combined. One great channel that's been around since October 10th of 2010. One channel known as The Hub. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Finally we have another great channel next to Cartoon Network's sister channel, Boomerang. Another great channel in The Hub. I love The Hub. It's a great channel to watch during anyone's free time, and, including my free time as well. And I watch it whenever I have the time. I mean, The Hub is a great channel. It has a lot of great original programs and reruns of your favorite shows in the past. Great game shows like Family Ties and Are You Smarter Than the Fifth Grader, and movies and so on and so on. It's a great channel, man. It's really great. Finally, we have a great channel. So I'm going to be giving you, my thoughts on their recent programs on the channel. Let's start with their original programs. Starting off with this show, Dan Versus. Now, I recently started watching this show, and so far I like it. It's a very addictive show. It's very funny. It has great humor, and it's one show that doesn't try too hard to be funny. Dan Versus is really, really funny. It's very hysterical. I love the show to death. The show is basically about a man named Dan who thinks the world is against him. So he pretty much comes up with these plots with his best friend Chris to get revenge on whomever or whatever he thinks is after him. And the animation is pretty good. The plots are decent and good as well. And the show is just great, man. And I love Dan. Dan is a funny, great character. And I just like the way he talks. And what's great about him is that he's the voice of Curtis Armstrong, the guy who does the voice for Snot from American Dad. I mean, Dan, he's just he's just funny, man. He's just a cool character. And him and Chris, they are funny together. They got one of the most strangest, most weirdest and funniest friendships ever, man. They are just funny together. They are that duo. Yeah, so Dan Versus, real great show. Love it. Now, here's the next show that's definitely one of my favorites and I love to death. And I know every guy and gal loves it, no matter what age. This show is freaking awesome. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Oh my God, this show is awesome. Love watching the new episodes every Saturday morning. Well, now afternoon, since they don't show the new episodes in the mornings like they did, not long ago. But anyways, it's a great show, man. I love it. So let's talk about the characters. Starting off with this character, Twilight Sparkle. She's pretty much the main character of the series. She's a very hardworking unicorn pony. She studies very hard and she's very organized. And she's just a real cool character that you would like and, like to get along with, get to know. Yeah, she's a really cool pony. And she reminds me a little bit of Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls. Probably because, they both smart and stuff. Yeah, but Twilight, she's a real cool character. Then there's Spike, cute little baby dragon. He all right with me. That's my dog. I like Spike. He's a real cool, laid-back baby dragon. He's pretty much Twilight's assistant and roommate. And, he has a crush on Rarity. And I think that's cool that he has a crush on Rarity. And it's about damn time he told the pony that he likes her. It's about time. I mean, I'm like, come on, dude. If you love that pony so much, then tell her that you like her already. What are you waiting for? An invitation? Yeah, so it's about time he expressed his true feelings to Rarity. They make a cute couple. They all right with me. Yeah, so I like Spike. He's all right with me. Next is Rainbow Dash. She's a cool character as well. She has a tomboyish, appearance. She's very competitive. And she reminds me of Buttercup from the Powerpuff Girls, since they're both tomboyish characters that very competitive and pretty much have the same opposite attitudes. And you know what? It would be cool to see them in a racing competition together, since they're so competitive in racing. It would be cool to see Buttercup and Rainbow Dash go head to head in a racing competition. Who will win? I don't know. It would pretty much be a tie to me. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on Rainbow Dash. Next character is Applejack. I love Applejack. She's a real cool, laid back, down to earth pony. She's just real cool, man. She's just out there. And she's a hardworking pony that has her own farm. And I mean, what can I say? She's just cool. I like her southern accent. She reminds me of Sandy Cheeks a little bit. And every time I think about her name, it always makes me think about Apple Jacks or some homemade apple pie with a glass of milk. Man, that sounds good right now. Oh, damn it, Applejack. But anyways, yeah, Applejack, real cool character. Next is Fluttershy. She's a very shy pony. She's very sweet, gentle, very caring for nature and animals. She's just very sweet. And yeah, oh my goodness, she's too damn shy. And it's like, come on, Fluttershy, you don't have to be so friggin' shy. And then you can barely hear her at times. It's like, sweetheart, I know you're shy, but can you speak up a little bit, please? But I enjoyed that new episode from last Saturday, putting your hoof down, where Fluttershy finally put her hoof down of not letting any pony push her around anymore. She's friggin' had it. And I appreciate that. And I'm like, well, it's about time. Go, Fluttershy, go. Although she did take it too far when she made Rarity and Pinkie Pie cry, so don't get me wrong on that. She was going a little too far with that, but at least towards the end, she realized that she can not let anyone push her around as long as she doesn't do it mean or hurtful. And, she reminds me of Bubbles from the Powerpuff Girls. She reminds me a little bit of Dawn from the new Toad Drama Revenge of the Island series as well. Since they both love nature and animals, they both kind of sound alike, except Fluttershy's voice is more quieter. She has a more quiet voice than Dawn. But as far as all that, she pretty much reminds me of Bubbles and Dawn in a mixture of those two. Next we have is Pinkie Pie, one of my favorites of the series. Oh my God. Man, I love Pinkie Pie to death. She is so hyperactive. She is so insanely funny. She has me rolling. That pony is so funny. Oh my gosh, she's so funny. She's just so fun, and she just like to have parties and stuff, man. And she reminds me of Izzy from the Toad Drama series. She really does. I mean, look at these two in these pictures. The both big grins and smile on their faces. They're both crazy and hyperactive. Who knows what? I mean, if they ever cross paths with each other, it would be hysterical. I would love to see a Toad Drama My Little Pony Friendship is Magic crossover. It would be epic because these two are just so funny and crazy, man. Oh, I plus like that one commercial, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I think it was a little Katy Perry parody commercial of it. I like that. And Pinkie Pie singed her butt off. She killed it. Way better than Katy Perry's voice in her friggin' original song. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. I like parody songs. Yeah, so Pinkie Pie, I salute you. And you're so funny. You're one funny pony, man. Okay, and lastly we have is Rarity. She's a fashion designer, and at least she's not one of these cartoon characters that think they all that in a bag of chips and have a witch personality. Thank God. Because at first I thought she was like that, but no, she cares about her friends. Thank God. And I gotta tell you, she is so pretty. One of the most prettiest ponies in the series. Don't get me wrong, all these ponies are cute and very beautiful. And way better looking than them other friggin' ponies from that old My Little Pony series back in the 80s. My God, Ben the Looney was right. Them ponies is ugly as sin in that old series. Ugh! The animation was good, but the ponies. What the hell? I think somebody back in the 80s was doing too much coke, huh? But you know what? That was 80s cartoons anyways. That was the 80s animation. But anyways, I'm off track. Let me go back to Rarity. She's just so pretty. One of the most prettiest ponies. She's so friggin' beautiful. My God. Especially like those little 3 diamonds on the left side of her body. Yeah, so I like Rarity. But yeah, I do like the My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series. And you gotta give credit to Lauren Foss, the wife of the legend himself, Craig McCracken. She also helped him out with some work with the Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends as well. And you gotta give credit to the most beautiful woman inside and out and most talented woman. So thanks, Lauren. Thank you for this show. Thank you so much for this show. You gotta give her credit for that. Yeah, and like I said, that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic series from back in the 80s, I just wasn't thrilled with it. I remember it, but not so much. But I remember it as not being thrilled with it. I just couldn't last a minute watching a whole friggin' episode of it. Wasn't my taste. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on the show. Next show, Strawberry Shortcake. I love this show. It's a very cute and great show. Wonderful show. Love it. Then there's Pound Puppies. Another cool show. It's a great show, too. Especially with a show that has John DiMaggio in the show as well. Then there's Transformers Prime. I have not seen that show yet. I will check it out whenever I have the time, but I'm sure it's good, hopefully. Then there's R.L. Stein's The Haunting Hour. Yeah, the guy that also created Goosebumps back in the 90s for Fox Kids. Now, I just recently watched this show. I checked out one episode from season 2, episode 1, Scary Mary, and I enjoyed it. It was very suspense and it was very scary. It was a scary episode. Whew, gave me goosebumps, especially with showing the woman with their faces off. I'm like, really? And this show is rated TV PG, more like TV PG-13, because most of these little kids be having nightmares. It's not even funny. And oh man, Goosebumps, that show was scary back in the 90s. My God, I remember watching Goosebumps at times, but oh my God, most of the episodes was just scared the dickens out of me. Ooh, that's one show that gave you nightmares back then. My God. Yeah, but this show is like Goosebumps. It's like a mixture of Goosebumps and Are You Afraid of the Dark from Nickelodeon. And it has, a relating to Are You Afraid of the Dark, especially with the episodes where it having happy endings. Because Are You Afraid of the Dark back then, it, before the episodes went off, it did have happy endings. Thanks God, because a scary show like that should have happy endings. Yeah, so it's somewhere related to Are You Afraid of the Dark. But so far I like the show. It's all right. Then there's the reruns of shows they also have on the Hub, that people enjoyed in the past, like The Wonder Years. You have Happy Days, Laverne and Shirley. I remember watching this show when I was little. I remember, going over to my grandmother's house or my Nana. And, I remember her sometimes watching Laverne and Shirley. And it's a pretty good show. I liked that show back then. I remember that one episode where Shirley, I think she punched Laverne in the nose. Ooh, that was nasty. I remember that. But yeah, Laverne and Shirley, pretty good show. And then of course you had Doogie Howser MD. That was a great show too back in the 90s as well. And it's funny to see Neil Patrick Harris, how he looked back then and compared to now. He still looks the same. And and they also have reruns of 2 great shows from back in the 90s on Kids WB, Batman Beyond and Men in Black the series. I have always told myself in my head for the past few years, where on earth has happened to these shows? I miss these shows. I have not seen these shows in ages. And thank God for the Hub that we can revive the 90s and watch reruns of those shows. So thank God for that. So yeah, basically this has been my rant on the Hub. Bottom line is, the Hub is a great channel. I give it 10 out of 10. It has great original shows, reruns of shows in the past, and movies and game shows and so on and so on. So tell me, what do you guys think about the hub? What are the programs you like on the show? And if you love it, let me know. I'm out. Peace.